Hey guys, a whack back another video. Dad?
We'll do it now. Today, Dan, welcome everybody. Dan, welcome to you as well. I'm giving you a Friday special. Just thought we'd have a quick catch up with things that are going on because if I'm going to be honest, Dan, the Euros doesn't float me boat. And I know I am out of club and country, but I love the baddies. But like say for instance, I don't think we can't go without mentioning the fact that the Albion have been really good with the season tickets and the prices.
Oh yes, definitely. We've got to mention that. I'll put on screen now, but with the Albion season ticket prices, I'm surprised with the way the Wolves done it, and they've come back and changed
It's not a good fit, that's not.
That's not. So that's why I'm really proud that Albion kept them the same. Kids for £1 is brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, I do. And also, on another plus point, isn't it refreshing to find out that Mr. Patel, our leader, has ploughed in
$1 million to the training ground.
the training complex,
Yeah,
so that's good.
We thought on that one.
Really impressed with that. Because, all right, admittedly, we need to concentrate on the field, but for some time there's been murmurings from the players that he does need an upgrade. So
Yeah,
that shows his commitment.
Yeah, I think it's right. Because I think it was Alan Pardew said something about that he had to change the whole academy to use it for the pitch for the actual senior players as well, isn't it?
Actually, you just stole my thunder. Talking about your mate Pardew, I think it's up. I know. I'm going to be honest, I think it's incredible that he's even been considered for the Burnley job. He was terrible at it.
And your mate Super Frank.
Oh, I don't know. But no, look, coming back to Pardew though, give me a positive about him at Albion.
There wasn't really, was there? There wasn't any.
The only positive.
All I remember is a Brighton win. That's
all I remember is the taxi incident when he let the players out on the PISS. I suppose you'd have loved that one.
Oh yeah, of course you used to bring that up. I bring that up.
I cannot also get down. I've got to be really careful because I don't want to be the dick of doom. I'm still worried about Carlos, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit quietly confident. I think it was the other day. I think Lewis Cox came out and said that apparently nothing's been in contact from Leicester at all to bring in Carlos Corberan. However, we don't know. They could come up with a $4 million buyer's contract and then boom, it's done. But I think personally, especially under the issues they're under with the PSR rules and the pod saleability, they're going to have a point deduction. So I think they're going to go for a free agent manager, someone like Steve Cooper, who's a really good manager, don't get me wrong. I think that's a slap bang deal done.
I do, but I've always said this thing, and I had it in my mind, and we'll lead on to another podcast later on, but I always remember the days of Roy Hodgson. He transformed the Albion the way they played, and I thought, this is great football. And at the back of my mind, I always thought, hang on a tick, England are going to come calling, or someone's going to come calling, and he did, and it took us ages to get back to some kind of normality. And I think that true Albion fans, right? Would you begrudge him? Be honest, would you begrudge him?
I think many people just take the jump, wouldn't they, to get more money. And the idea, realistically, he wants to manage in the Premier League, doesn't he? So I wouldn't blame him at all.
And you've got to think of the Spanies as well.
Exactly. Singing to the Spanies, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Albion, Leeds, Swansea's, Hull, and Cardiff have all put in for like an extension of the PSR rules for the Championship, because apparently we could be breaking a limit, which could mean a point deduction.
Albion and point, crikey. For once, we've got a decent owner who looks to have the money. Now it's our time.
Would you agree with though? The idea of having more wages maybe to come in, so the idea of like the big players like John Swift, Jay Wallace, and big money.
Sorry, I misunderstood that. I would agree with that. Sustainability, so that the clubs don't go overboard. It brings me on to another thing with the players being released. Like, say for instance, right, I honestly think he's probably been a year too late with Matty Phillips. I think he probably should have gone last season. Don't get me wrong, Dan. On his day, he's been a great servant to Albion, and he offers something. But I think he's that age now where he is susceptible to injuries. However, I think Carlos got the best out of him.
Yeah, I thought Matty was a really good player. I feel like he probably overset the mark how many times he played for the Albion. The idea of, I think under Val, that 2-year contract extension for me wasn't the best idea. And you got to come to the player like Barty, Dad. What do you do with him?
I know I'm two-faced because a while ago I thought, you know what, we've got the same old players, we know the same old team, and the players don't seem to be challenging for the places. Now it's actually official. I feel a bit guilty because I thought Bartley was one of our best players last season.
Yeah, I think really.
And I'm sorry to put in, and I know he's much maligned, and I understand why, but I feel a bit sorry to see your mate go.
Ricci.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with Bartley, I think he's been really, really good. I know he's an aging player, but he's a solid Championship defender. I think many fans have agreed with that. He's been in the club for so many years.
He's a pair of safe hands, though, I think.
Yeah, definitely is.
So to speak.
I think it's the idea of, I don't think I'd keep him if he's on the same money, because the idea of God maybe look into the future, the idea of that. But come back to your point with Ricci, I just feel like with Ricci, he gave us all for the shirt, but I just feel like
He didn't have it, did he?
We were like another level compared to him. Like
yeah.
at Sheffield Wednesday, he scored some crackers for them and looked really, really good. But he, at times, there was things relied on him. You're thinking, right, he's a good player, does the job, but he doesn't do more than the job.
Yeah, I think it's been the story of a lot of Albion's recruitment, actually, because I think that the players, right, are good, but for this standard and for what Carlos expects them to do or wants from them, they just haven't got it. I mean, again, and what was his Villa? Come on, Dan.
I think the idea of that was Malumbi's injury should be back soon, I'm pretty sure, guys.
Yeah.
But I think he was the idea of having a steady midfielder who, in my opinion, didn't look the greatest, did he?
No, didn't. Who was it? Oh, mind you, was it Kipra? Who was it who done that howler at Leicester? Went to clear the ball and give a penalty away by way of it.
No, that was at Stoke. That was Villa.
That Stoke, was it?
Yeah, that was Villa. That was No, you're right there.
Yeah. Well, I can't go without saying. Then just sum up a few things very quickly.
I want to say as well. Quick shout out to your mate, Big Nave. Go on, Nave. What are you thinking?
I don't. You know, he must have been at Chalobah. We're on about. I dare say.
Yes.
He must have been absolutely excellent in training. But he didn't transform it. He must be really nervous because you don't just become a Premiership player then overnight go through the league. For me, he didn't have it for what we needed. I think he was just like at times he was pedestrian.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah, I just feel like again, the idea of him playing for Fulham and Watford getting up to the Premier League, that type of play with a bit of confidence about him. He looked good at times. I remember last season he looked really good. Like for example, this season as well. Actually, Coventry away, I thought he was really good.
You cannot have a player right, who's just going to give pockets of stuff. You need to be consistent.
Yeah.
Which brings me on to the fact that we'll have another podcast about if the viewers want it about summing up the season because let's lay our cards on the table. I'll cut me and I'm Albion blood through and through. But I actually thought that the title for my video for this season would be So Near Yet So Far, because let's be honest, those group of players who we've poked fun at and had a little bit of a moan got us to somewhere where I never thought we'd get.
Yeah.
It's frightening to think 2 seasons ago when we could have gone down under Brucey.
Oh, definitely. Now, I think you got to look at as well the recruitment style of things, Dad. You got your Kipres and your Mois out of contracts at the moment. What would you do, guys? Would you keep them on for another couple of years? I definitely would. I think both of them.
Who's that? Sorry.
Kipre and Moat.
On reduced money.
On reduced money.
I think haven't they offered one of them reduced money and he's thinking about it.
I think Moat probably reduced money, yes. But I thought, in my opinion, Moat was one of my standout players. He always put his all and looked really composed.
He seemed to command the midfield, didn't he?
And I think, personally, guys, what do you think? I think Kipre might be gone.
It's a shame because he was, again, a rock. Excuse me. But again, I can't help but think, right, it was the bridge too far for us at Southampton. They gave as much as they could. I think that the game was really lost at the Hawthorns when we didn't have, took the opportunities that we've had. Again, Asante, we'll have another chat about him later.
Yeah, we'll have to do another one of those, player rankings, because I got many comments last time, especially from
it's only our opinion, though,
isn't it? So we'll have to do another one of those, guys, for you all. But I'm going to tell you as well, this season, coming up, name me stand out. Not player, team. There's not many.
What?
In the Championship.
When they kick off the new season or the one just gone?
New season. There isn't a stand-up
You've
team.
got your Norwich, haven't you?
Norwich? We beat them at our place.
Yeah, but you've got to worry about Norwich.
It's the idea.
Burnley.
Yeah.
Luton.
You're telling me on our day we can't beat them?
We didn't we?
Yeah, but this season, if we bring in the players under Carlos, Dad, if you think about it properly, last season, they're your likes of your Leicesters. You had your Ipswich's, who, in my opinion, were brilliant. Let's be honest, they were very good. Your Southamptons were a level above. To be fair, we were outclassed at their place and our place, realistically speaking.
They seem fitter than us.
The likes of those teams aren't the champions. Yes, got your Leeds, but Leeds probably lose a lot of players. This season is a massive.
I forgot about Leeds. Sorry. Yeah.
It's a massive season to get.
What are you saying? If we don't do it now, it's going to be some time before we do it.
100%.
I think this is a season, right? A really important. It's a milestone in Albion because it'll be the first time, fingers crossed, that Carlos has got some money to spend, because he hasn't really had an opportunity to put how can I put it? Put a Carlos Corberan to him.
Yeah, we just hope that the signings he's made, like your Mvias, your Chalobahs,
I don't think there are, but I think our recruitment have got a lot to add. As long as we don't lose anybody, I do worry about Palmer.
Yeah,
because he was the goal. What they call it for the goalkeepers. Someone might come in for him, but I think, like you've just said there, it's now or never. I know that we've got many other things to discuss. I'm just a bit disappointed that I feel a bit guilty. I haven't got the spark for the Euros.
No, I think
Any Albion players in the Euros?
in the Euros, I think there's Yok. I think you're pretty sure he's in the squad. He may not make it, but I know he's in the squad for what's called Turkey. He's on the bench against Italy. I'm pretty sure. It'd be nice to see him in there. However, he could be a player leaving in the summer.
I wouldn't be surprised. Was it Fenerbahce coming through?
Something like that, yeah. Trabzonspor, I think, or something like that. Some really good team in the Turkish league that I think is a really good player.
Can I end on some controversial?
Go on.
If another team from the Championship come in for 3 million for Asante, would you let them go?
Yeah. We need an Anna goal scorer. I'm not too sure if you can rely on Managerial at this moment in time, especially with the injury he's had. I just feel like we need that potent striker that we haven't had since realistically Dwight Gale in the Championship.
Isn't it horrible to think that had we have had a real potent centre forward, I do think we'd have gone up. However, if we'd have gone up, I think we'd have come straight back down.
Yeah, 100%.
So
you want to be up there, don't you?
Yeah, one last one now. I shouldn't. I'm going to tell you a player who I always think he'd be alright for us. He would. Keem Roof.
Passed it for me.
You really?
Yeah, passed it.
He's a good hold-up player, though, isn't he?
Guys, make sure you put it in the comment section below. Who do you want to bring in? Because there's been so many players out there going to be a little bit in the transfer window.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I'm going to throw this out there. Players that you've seen and you think could be good, and also past Albion managers. Because I tell you what, you go through the list. Oh, there's some shockers. Yeah. But anyway, listen, it's Friday. Me and you are going to go and have our liquid lunch.
We will do. Massive pumping for Blues, Dad. Wait for that one.
It's going to be really interesting because you sold me a dream that it was going to be Super Frank.
He's linked with everyone.
I actually think he's good at potting.
Do you?
Yeah, I really do.
Renes, what do you think if you're still watching? Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure as well, if you can, to put down in the comment section what other videos do you want to see on the channel.
Yeah, let us debate stuff. I mean, we're Albion through and through. And if I'm going to be really open with it, I hate this lull.
Yeah, I hate it.
I'm lost.
Again, I don't mind the Euros. I watch it. Like I was obsessed with the team coming in, but it's
seeing all the different Albion faces, the fans, the usual suspects. It's ace, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Once you're Albion done, you don't change.
Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you can. As always, Dad.
Listen, without you, we're nothing. I really appreciate you taking the time to like, subscribe, and comment. And listen, the more subscribers we get, the more chance we get. I've got some big names coming up, so let's do what we can, Dad.
Guys, what time is it?
It's showtime!